Hey, what's up, everyone? Tim Uchuk here. Happy Tuesday. I am stuck at the front here, waiting for the person to come by. We just had our my office finished what 2, 3 months ago, and I still don't have blinds, so it gets really bright in there during the day. So the guy's coming by to measure the windows, and so I have to wait at the front. And so I thought I would hop on here. I want to do a quick training with you. And to give you some context, what we're looking at here, you can see 5 steps, and you can see the transformation we're looking at is from operator to owner. So this 5-step system is essentially a list of the 5 things that if you have these in place, you'll be able to make the transition where you have a sellable asset. Now, what does a sellable asset mean? It means that your business, whether or not you're in the office, if you can say the trains will still run on time, it does not need you in order to move forward, you have essentially a sellable asset, right? So benefits are not just to have a business that you can sell, but there are the risk mitigation benefits of, let's say that you're sick for a week or 2 weeks, you want to take off on vacation, which is sometimes pretty important to recharge, or let's say you want to take off the odd Friday. So what does the system need to look like so that you can have a business that can run and function? It's stable, your teams, right people, right seats, right things at the right time. What does that look like? And so this is a reflection or a representation of the systems that I have built inside of my own businesses. It enables me to not only run my business remotely, but not have to put in 60, 70 hours plus per week, which I used to, because these mechanisms are in place. And so that's a bit of context. And what I want to focus on in this training, and hopefully the fella doesn't show up here soon, is number 2. So really quick, what we're looking at, these symbols are the first 2 rungs of the ladder are your activities, right? How you spend your time, how your team spend your time. And these 2 different arrows here, step 1 and step 2, reflect the types of activities. This means ad hoc activity. So each day you wake up in the morning, are you choosing the right types of things to focus on? Same with your team, following up on the right emails, making sure that the important things get done right here. Ad hoc tasks. So in the absence of working on the right things, you can feel like you're spinning your tires. Your team might waste a day or 2 days because they don't have clarity or focus. So what we need to have in place is I call it guardrails, but have an operating system that gets everybody focused and pointed in the right direction every day, right? That's number 1. Number 2, these are recurring activities. So if you were to step away, let's say you're on vacation for a week, you want to have the ability to know and have confidence that your payroll is going to go out, that the daily reporting still happens, all the recurring things that, and he just showed up here, all the recurring things that have to happen, are they actually happening? So having a system in place so you don't have to micromanage and trust but verify. You've got this mechanism in place. Third are your KPIs. So trust but verify again. Green, yellow, red. Having the ability to see your business at a glance to know whether or not all the systems are healthy, right? What does healthy look like? How can we measure it? Having a mechanism in place to get a snapshot on your KPIs. That's number 3. I'm going to hit pause here and let this guy in, and I will resume in a second. Okay, blinds are measured. We just went downstairs here. Okay, step 4 and 5. Number 4, this is breaking your year into seasons. This is one of the biggest revelations I had, where previous to setting up a structure like this, it was hard to get everybody on the team aligned, pointed in the right direction, when it came to making our tomorrows better than our todays. And so we just set up a simple method for every quarter, same agenda. We have this future coffee exercise, essentially. Figure out the things that we want to have done, processes that need to be in place, team members hired, etc. And then we reverse engineer it, and we follow this quarterly process. So this allows you to, and then we make it measurable and transparent. So if I had to take off for 2 weeks, I can see who's responsible for what every week, every quarter. It's all measurable. And I know that looking at the numbers and the trajectory of these objectives, whether or not we're going to achieve and unlock that future for ourselves, for our organization. So we set it up and we measure it, and we're able to all see it across our business every quarter. So quarterly objectives here. That's number 4. Last is what I've really learned, probably most in setting up our teams. The biggest game changer for me has been our culture. So setting up our core values, not only right people, right seats, doing the right things, but having a team that's engaged, batteries included, intentionally attracting the right fit and repelling the wrong fit. For example, what I just shared with you is a results-only work environment where we don't value, the number of hours a butt is sitting in a seat. We value the result, and that's not attractive to everyone, and that's a good thing. So by having this culture in place has given us an immune system, and our turnover as a result has gone way down. So it's a huge competitive advantage. We can attract higher top talent in our areas because of these systems that are in place. And when you have all these systems in place, the end result is stability. So those are the 5 steps in terms of the transition from operator to owner. As I mentioned, I'm going to focus on number 2 so that you can see we're talking about systems. So I want you to actually see an example of one of these systems. So let's talk about recurring processes. Let's say that one of your teams, let's talk about your sales team, for example. And what you want to have in place is a mechanism that ensures the right habits are in place without you having to micromanage. So we do that using a system, I call it recurring standard work. And this is an example. You're looking at Trello here. These things are lists. This is a list. And within lists, you can create these things called cards, and you can move them. It's like a glorified Post-it notes, right? Now, on this type of board, the only thing that we have are these things here, recurring tasks. And we set up standard work in the same way that nurses or doctors have standard work. They do their rounds, right? Every hour, make sure we check on all the patients. Do they have the right meds? Check their levels, etc. We do this in your business intentionally, and here's an example where each day somebody on the sales team has a list of things they need to do in order to make sure and maintain a healthy system in their area. This example is specifically for a sales team member, and these items here are countermeasures to bad habits, meaning that if a sales team member each day, each week, isn't moving their deals to the correct stages, isn't completing their reporting over the course of a month or 2 months or 3 months, bad habits will creep in. Now, if I didn't have systems like this in place, I wouldn't be able to run and manage a team remotely because I would be losing sleep at night wondering, did this stuff get done or not? So this is kind of a trade-off. In exchange, nobody likes to be micromanaged, right? So this is a trade-off. We don't need to micromanage as long as these things are done. So this is the habit that we want to have in place. That's one example. Monthly commission. So what we do on this board essentially is set up an automation that creates a copy of this over here and assigns it at whatever cadence, whatever frequency. So that is an example of a system. So we're not talking about theory, we're talking about a system to take care of this piece here, right? So that you have a set it and forget it mechanism so that, whether or not you're there, if you have to go on vacation, that the trains are still going to run, right? That drum beat. Every day these things are done, right? Concrete example. So if you would like and by the way, I'll ask if you are watching this live, if you can type in #live below. So I know that you're here with me. If you're watching on the replay, #replay. If you would like myself or my team to share this template with you, recurring tasks, type in from operator to owner in the comments below. From operator to owner. It's the best I can come up with below, and myself or my team will reach out to you and share this template with you right here. But in my experience, these are the 5 things. If you have them in place, your business, maybe not 100%, but you can get close to 80, 90%. Your business can hum and function for the most part without you. Now, what happens when you have these things in place is you then have the ability to reallocate your time, your energy, your focus, because you're no longer having to micromanage on the higher level activities, the high value activities. So you'll notice as you can reallocate your time away from the $10 tasks, your business will start to grow because you're inherently, your focus is on the things that it should be, which is your high value activities, the things that are going to move the needle for your business, right? So having this in place as quickly as possible will accelerate the growth of your business, right? And this is the equivalent of having the ability to have like a gas pedal in your business, and you can control, through making strategic hires, etc., how fast you want to grow your business, which isn't that a great place to be? So as I mentioned, from operator to owner, type that in the comments below. We will share this with you. If you're interested to learn more, there should be a link on this group. We have free calls that you can set up with our team to learn more about this system, and how you can get access to all this stuff here if it's of interest. Otherwise, type the comments below if you'd like this template here, and I'll catch you guys soon.